The current generation that we are living in should be filled up with production, creation, and construction. But instead, it is full of confusion, corruption, depression, and destruction. We live in a generation where people no more have mercy for each other. We live in a generation where our leaders no more act as leaders. We live in a generation where some women gave birth and abandoned their babies on the streets. Oh, why? Why are they even doing that? After all the pains and difficulties they have faced for 9 months, but yet throw their children as trashes. Our generation is blessed and yet cursed generation where we celebrate sin. Walking naked is now a fashion, but little do we know that we are moving on the end line, which is so thin. Smoking of marijuana and abuse of alcohol is considered as enjoyment. This generation is so lost, indebted with evil and bad morals, leaving you and I the choice to make the payment for betterment. A generation where people don't even think about death. A generation where child pregnancy becomes rampant in our societies. A generation where some women sell themselves on social media. A generation where corruption becomes a pollution in our nations. The current generation that we are living in is nothing but full of criminals, rapists, stealers, and murderers. A generation where bad people pretend to be good just to steal from us. A generation where murderers pretend to be good while they are selling you in the hands of bitches. A generation where rapists pretend to be taxi drivers just to rape you. We live in a generation where the rich no more have mercy towards the poor. The rich will be seeing the poor in difficulties and ignore him, not knowing that what he has was given to him by the Almighty, and his mighty can take it away from him. We live in a generation where some family members don't have mercy on each other. You will have a family member who is in Europe, but he or she will never help you. He or she will be seeing you in difficulties and ignore you until you die. That will be the time he or she will start helping. Preparing those befitting burials has no impact on my soul. So why don't you help me before I die? I sometimes even sit and ask myself, is this the kind of generation we want to live in? Is this the kind of generation we want to see in the future? But the answer that my mind always gives me is that the world is coming to an end. Usman Daffy, the bullet point.